All right, ladies and gentlemen, a little longer style video on the 128 here. I had the running light on this rear tail light go out because when I was trying to replace the bulb on it, I accidentally broke one of the little prongs off in the tail light. So I'm gonna pop the tail light off, fix that, probably just gluing it back in place. And then on the inside here as well, nothing's technically changed yet, but I gotta pop the back seat out and I'm gonna redo or put a new fuel regulator as well as a fuel pump in the car. So stay tuned for that, it's gonna be a longer video. In the back of the car here, a little bit limited on space due to the woofer. This is the rear tail light, and there are three 8mm bolts. One's up tucked in the top side there, as you could see. There's one in the bottom right-hand corner, a little blurry, and there's another one right in front of me here too, behind the liner. So just pull the liner back, unscrew them, and then as well as obviously unplug the lights, and then this tail light should pull out. So I'm gonna unscrew those fully, and I'll pull this thing out and show you. Here we are. So here's one of the screws that needs to come out. There's one back over here in that corner, as well as the one hidden way up in here. And then this thing is glued in. So with a little bit of pushing and finesse, it should just pop right out. People do recommend online. Let's get it here for you. There we go. And you can see the rubber ring that goes around it. It's more like a foam ring. People recommend to replace those on this car simply because, you know, this makes the watertight seal and you don't want to get any water in the back of the car here. So I did buy one of those kits. And then in this area here, you could see the little chunk that's broken off on the plastic. I have it on the bench. I'm just going to try to glue it back in place. And then those two little leads are what powers the LEDs for the running lights. Here we are on the bench with the tail light. This was actually the largest of the two pieces that broke off. This is the metal contact for the LED. This is the other one that turns on the running lights. I just noticed that I'm also missing this small section right here, which also helps clip in the tail light bulb itself because it has little clips on the end of it that it spins in. I can't find this other piece, so I'm not able to glue it in, and I've already glued in this other one as well as put this contact back in place. The LED or the bulb itself does hold in there just fine. It wiggles a little bit, but I think it's going to be all right. So I'm going to put it all back together and throw it back in the car and check if the running lights work. Here we are in the back of the 128. The first step has been completed, which is taking off both of the top hats. This should be the fuel pump side, and that should be the regulator side. I don't think these things have been changed out since the car was in the factory, and this car has almost 180,000 miles. I know that I do drop fuel pressure once I turn the car off, like immediately, and that's a sign the regulator's going bad. So I'm going to continue to pop the rest of these things off, and I'll keep you updated. Here I am removing the hoses. So for this side, which is the driver's side, you push the blue hose in, hold the gray collar back, and then you should be able to just slide this guy back out. There might be some fuel pressure in there. Mine's leaking, so I grabbed a rag. And then I'll run to the other side and show you guys how these other ones come off as well. So then the main feed here, there's a black clip in it that you pull out like that with a little pick. And then this other one that has, I don't know, it's probably a breather. You push that red piece inwards, and then when you pull up, that's what unlocks that one. For getting these top hats off as well, what I did is ended up spraying a bunch of WD-40 in each one of these crooks. And then I used a 1/4-inch ratchet and a hammer and just hit it counterclockwise to unscrew it. So I'm going to probably make a clip doing it on that one. I haven't touched the ring yet, so hopefully it comes off nice and easy. Okay, here's the driver's side. So all I've done so far is gone around and all these little bent up tabs to, you know, catch one of the tools on. I've just gone around and sprayed them with some WD-40. And then what I'm going to do here, sit back, I got my 1/4-inch extension, and then catch on one of these pieces and hit it with this rubber mallet. Okay, that should be that. You don't want to hit on it too hard to break any of them off or bend them over, but wasn't too bad. You could do it by yourself. All right, I just want to quickly show all the different connections in here in case somebody else needs to do it and or in case I need to do it again. For one, there's these two plugs that go to the bucket like for power. They're both the same, and on one side they have this pin that you push down, you push in on this and they pull out. Okay, there's this large ass brown one here that has these two clippies on it. So you just, you know, open them up or expand them, usually with a little pick on this side, and now that you can pull right off. And then there's this other brown one down here that actually goes to the fuel pump, and it has this green pusher on it. You push it and hold it in, and then it pulls right off the pump. And now this whole assembly should be able to come out, and this is only attached by this like one plastic, you could see it right there, this one plastic piece that's not really needed. You could probably be able to just pull it out generally. So that's all the connections in here. I'm going to pull this side out. Obviously, these other hoses are just clipped into place. They're not actually really connected to anything. Alrighty, here we are. I skipped recording the last few steps. Back seats back in, all the pumps and stuff are hooked up. It's basically the same steps in reverse, so not really much to see there. Perfect, starts right up. I haven't had any issues with it, you know, taking a long crank or anything like that, but I guess we'll see over the next coming days, as well as I want to see if I still get that hesitation on the highway. And then of course with the tail lights, oh yeah, that catless action. Of course, running lights on the tail lights are working again as well. Right on, thanks for watching this episode, guys. Stay tuned for more.